back. What's up, everybody? Benja Well Done coming at you live on this beautiful corona-free day. Today is Friday, August the 28th at 5:34 in the morning. How are you doing? As you can see, I'm wearing my gi. I'm on my way to the jiu-jitsu. Had to do a quick shout out. I hope everybody's doing beautiful, which I highly doubt because the world is on fire. You know, I was thinking to myself the other day, with the lack of diversity of everything that I'm doing, and I know everybody else is not doing as well, and as far as their personal lives go, you know, I've recently had an anniversary with my wife, and it's the bittersweet because we didn't have a place to celebrate. Everywhere is pretty much closed. It's a strange thing, everybody, when all of the points of diversity that broke up what you usually do no longer remain. So it's kind of like everybody's in prison where every day is exactly alike. Now here's the thing. You know how sometimes people are like, oh, today feels like a Monday. Well, that's because you did something on the weekend. Someone's like, oh, it feels like a Friday. Well, maybe that's just because you're getting close to the weekend or something like that. I feel like I have been getting my days mixed up a lot lately because I don't really have anything that's going on the weekends. Perfect example, when I went to jiu-jitsu, what was it, like a couple weeks ago, I pulled up in the parking lot, and I guess I was the only one there, and for some reason I was telling myself, like, oh, it's Tuesday, dude, just go back to your house. I started driving out of the parking lot, going up the hill, and as I did, I saw one of the guys that I trained with. And then I did like a double take, and I realized that it was Wednesday. The mornings I go, feel free to come out Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But anyway. But yeah, it's crazy. And I've been starting my morning before my alarm goes off. Not even on purpose. Like the other day, it was like 1:30 in the morning, and I was just up. Like, it's just so weird with all of this stuff that's going on. And you know what? The last thing that I want to do is talk about it. And I'm not directly. I'm actually talking about the effects of doing nothing. You know, I think that that prison analogy is probably the best example. Let me fix this camera a little bit. Got it. I think the prison analogy is probably the best comparable example to make for the situation because, yeah, if you're free, I know it's a stretch, but what I'm saying is that if you're free or you're in jail and every single day you're doing nothing, it's just, there isn't even a way to, there's barely even a way to describe it, which is just basically, it's just so autonomous. It's like everything is so automatic, and it's, you just got to do something to break up your day. You know, I've said it before and I'm saying it again, but I'm telling you, I feel like it's getting worse. Not necessarily with me, but I'm just saying, you know, there was a shooting that happened, and I'm not a political guy, all right, but it happened in Wisconsin, and I knew it was gonna happen because here's the thing: there's roughly 330 million people in the entire United States, but only one person has to fit that profile for it to be a perfect way to keep this storm kicking, all this storm of hate. And the news, the media, I said it before and I'll say it again, they're the one capitalizing on all of this. They are. You think that the media is reporting the news? The media is making the news. That sounds a little conspiracy theorist, okay, and I'm not that either, but I can tell you that if they said if they brought it up like this, oh, statistically out of however many arrests today and how many things that went right in the police force compared to the one thing that went wrong, or more than one thing wrong, they have a 99.9999% success rate. That doesn't sell. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't really, you know. And then not just that, they'll also leave out key facts. They'll leave out key facts. Why? Their job at this point in the news, okay, even if they're taking a very biased approach on a story, is to get you to watch the advertisers. They get paid an advertisement. That's how they get paid. I'm telling you. The news companies get paid in advertisement money. They don't make a product. They get ratings, right? But, they're not selling anything. And if they are, it's got to be something that you can get people emotional about. Like hate. Like hating the police. You know, in most countries, America, no diss against America. However, I'd say potentially the biggest flaw in America as far as its politics goes is the fact that it has a two-party political system. Whereas most countries have a multiple party system. Here's the thing. It is not possible in 2020 for someone to honestly be a Democrat and also love guns, or Republican that supports marijuana, or it's very rare at that, or a Democrat that is, you see what I'm saying? I mean, pick a topic, whatever it is. It's such polar opposites. It's like, well, if you believe in this, then you're that. If you believe in that, you're this. Well, the thing is, people aren't that simple. They're not. Okay? Just because I don't use marijuana doesn't mean that I believe someone should be locked up in a cage. But I also believe in guns because they work. So where would my vote go? You see what I'm saying? I believe that I believe if there was more political parties, that not just the candidates, but the people could feel like they fall into more, it would be less divisive. Because let's just say there was only 2 football teams for the entire country. And you know how people are so crazy about football, right? What I'm getting at is this. If there was only 2 football teams, the country would basically be divided constantly during football season, right? What if there was only 2 baseball teams, 2 basketball teams? More political party system allows people to break up that diversity. So instead of having 50% of the country hating another 50% of the country, if it was 5 groups, all of a sudden just 20%. Now you could say, oh, well then the remaining of the other, you know, however many if there was 10 political parties, just give an example, 5 would probably be enough. You might say, oh, that winning political party, 10%, the other 90% hate that 10%. That doesn't have to be the case. And the reason why is because there's other people that they can have their attention attracted to. When you only have one opposition party for anything, it creates some sort of a unnecessary diversity. And when the media capitalizes on it, don't you think that the media is making more news now, is making more money now with riots and all of the crimes that's going on? You always hear about in television, like, oh, is this a juicy story? I want a juicy story. Like, I want a something with a little zest, you know? Serial killers and stuff like that. That's great for the news. Okay? It's not great for a guy that's getting killed. You know? And it's not great for everybody that's suffering the consequences. A lot of people are taking advantage of everything. And historically, most countries that have had any sort of a collapse always collapse from within before another country try to capitalize on it. Don't you think enemy countries, the United States, love what's going on right now? They have to. When a country isn't at rest, it is probably the most opportune moment to strike and do anything that they want. Not necessarily saying they would win, but it creates an unnecessary opportunity for something to go wrong. Perfect example. If there were two guys that you hated, okay, and you're going to, you wanted to fight one of them or something like that, and you happen to bump into that guy across the street, and then the guy that you don't like sees another guy that he doesn't like, and they're fighting each other, they're doing their work for you. If your enemies are fighting each other, if your enemy is having a fight amongst himself in some aspect, then you're winning. The longer that this, you know who the biggest winner of this all is? The people that say stuff like defund the police because they're rich and have private security. No shit. You know, most people that provide private security to celebrities are actual former or current police officers that are working after their shift duty. I've known guys that do it. I know a few right now that do private security and stuff like that. It's perfectly allowed. The department knows about it. It's a normal thing. I don't really have the details about it, but it's true. You know, what happened to when people used to be able to disagree with each other and everything was cool about it, you know? Someone's like, oh, I love guacamole. Somebody else would be like, oh, I hate guacamole. And that was it. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be politics, could be anything, could be a president. And used to be able to it was cool. Everybody kept their jobs. Nobody was doing this, nobody was doing that. You remember back, I would say 4 years ago when Donald ran for president is the first moment ever when people started walking on people's private property and removing signs that said Hillary, removing signs that said Donald, the wave of hate that really began. 330 million people. And this fire is being perpetuated by the media. Good news doesn't sell. But if they can leave out enough key details and get you to watch, they win. You know, I don't ever post anything really on Facebook. I only primarily used to use Facebook to look for opportunities for comedy shows and stuff like that. And maybe, just maybe, I'd message somebody that was that's a friend or something like that, just to say hi. Might have not talked to him. More than likely, I'd call the guy if they're friends, right? So that doesn't make any sense, but maybe. But now I'm seeing people that I know lose friendships with other people that they know or that I know because one guy they feel like they have to share their opinion, and that other person has to negate that opinion. And if you don't agree with that person, or if you don't agree with them enough, if you're like, yeah, I support you, but I'm not going to go to a rally, or whatever the case may be, then you're a racist, then you're a bigot. Or it could be something completely different. Oh, you don't support teachers across America? Oh, you hate this, you hate her? It's just, everything is just exploding, and it's being magnified to such a diabolical level. It's crazy. It used to be so cool when you could have you could be a Republican, have a friend that was a Democrat, and go out to eat. You used to be able to have a completely civil debate with someone, even if you were yelling. And at the end of the day, you know, y'all shook hands, hugged, whatever the case may be, you know? They don't have that anymore. Everybody has to be right. And you know the reason how and why I stay out of it? I don't have to be right, because I only care about the things that matter most to me. Starting with comedy. And that's pretty much it. Now, of course, I'm a Christian, so that would be God. I have my wife, my family, you know. But it doesn't change the fact when I mean the things that matter most to me. I mean, like, as far as like my passions or passion, right? Anyway, and that includes jiu-jitsu, of course, as well. Part of that greatness. But anyway, yeah. I mean, I focus on less so I get more done. The only world I'm really trying to change is my own. So, if you really want to do more for yourself, do more for yourself. I'm not saying be selfish, but in short, keep grinding on you. You guys have a beautiful day. I'm Benja Well Done. Check me out. Peace.